Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here already waiting for us. Wow.
Happy Valentine's Day weekend.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day and birthday to you, babe.
Thanks.
She shares a birthday on Valentine's Day, so it makes it a lot of fun for me because I get to go all out for her.
Yes, he does. He always does go all out. But it was such a good day yesterday. But we knew everyone was going to be busy on actual Valentine's Day. So we're like, oh, we'll do a live on Saturday in place of a video because this week was crazy. And we're like, this would be more fun anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. We love going live. It sometimes doesn't work out always, but thank you all so much for being here. And feel free to ask us any questions.
Oh, thank you, Monique. Thank you.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Yeah, Sam spoiled me yesterday. My birthday is on Valentine's Day. And yeah, he always goes all out. I had a good day yesterday, but we thought it'd be super fun to hop on here for a birthday live and celebrate Valentine's Day weekend with all of you. Oh, thank you all. Thank you, Tracy, Jenna, Brooks, Otterine.
Wow.
Thank you, Pamela. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, I did. I had such a good birthday. Sam is the best when it comes to my
Ashley.
birthday. Happy late birthday. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Hey, we
David.
were just talking about this. As long as the birthday wish is within the same week, then it's not late, right? That's the
Exactly.
official decision.
Happy birthday. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I have to say, out of all holiday birthdays, having a birthday on Valentine's Day, I think is the best combined birthday holiday that you can have because it's easy to combine and still be able to like have the separate things. I don't know. I feel like it's a good one to have.
And coming from me, having her birthday on Valentine's Day is well, I don't know. It just works. I guess that's the only way I've had it and known it. So,
yeah.
But for me, it works out so nice. I love being able to spoil her for two things at the same time on the same day.
Easy for him not to forget. Thank you all so much.
and not to forget.
Andrew, Rebecca, Cheryl, Eliza, Becky, Eliza. Oh, thank you guys all so much.
Hey, Michelle.
So thank you, Mindy.
Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, it's fun. I always tell him too. I'm like, I made it easy so he couldn't forget because as soon as you see all the hearts in all the stores, you'll like hopefully it's an easy birthday to remember.
Laura, your birthday is also yesterday.
Too.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Laura. That's amazing. You have to tell me what you think of having a Valentine's birthday. Like I said, I love it. I feel like it's the best if you're going to combine a holiday and birthday. I think it's also like it's the best one that you can have. Nephew's birthday's Valentine. Oh, happy birthday, nephew.
Yeah,
that's
happy
awesome.
Birthday.
Sam, are you happy with the Beast Games winner?
From Germany.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, man. Yeah, and thank you for telling us where you're from. And thank you for joining in from Germany.
Yes.
Yeah, so am I happy with it? So I knew him. I met Jeff a few times throughout the show and just said, hey, he always seemed like a really nice guy in person. Really, really nice, outgoing, bubbly kind of personality. So I feel happy with it. Also, the cause that he wants to use the money for to help his son, I think is really cool. The fact that it went from $5 to $10 million, though, wow, that is a life-changing amount of money for anyone.
So crazy. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. Everyone hopping on. Appreciate it. Birthday on Thanksgiving. I could see that be another one that's like super awesome. Like you're going to have this whole feast for me.
You'll already have all the family together.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
East Coast Canada, New Mexico. Awesome.
From all over. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you for recommending Big Love. I'm hooked. Oh my gosh. The funny thing about Big Love is we have like our shows that we watch for the channel that we typically watch like during the day. And then we have like our regular shows at night that we watch. But I've been kind of hooked on Big Love. And I keep telling Sam, I'm like, we're going to have to like slow down. Like I can't, like we're going to have to slow down and film before I'm allowed to like watch more episodes. Cause every night I'm like, but don't you want to know what happens next?
It's definitely a different experience than Sister Wives because it's fiction, right? Based on a lot of true things though. It's pretty incredible. Some of the things that they say and the things that they do, I often have to pause it and say, wow, so they were talking to someone on the inside to get this information. Yeah. And now we have heard that some people that left these groups did help write the story, but they've done it in a very entertaining way.
Yes. Oh, Ohio, Michigan. I was just in Ohio and Michigan just a couple weeks ago for family. What are you guys planning on talking about today? Kelly, we are talking about whatever you guys want. You ask us any questions you want. We're down to talk about
We're just
anything.
here chilling and celebrating Melissa's birthday. So
Yep, exactly. So, kids, that was born Christmas Day. He looks like Santa Claus. Believe me, he's not. That's too funny. Yeah, Christmas I feel like would be a hard one because it's, since the holiday is surrounded with gifts. I mean, Valentine's Day is too, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like chocolate. Like you can't have too much chocolate. I don't know.
I
That's
have a
good one.
brother that has his birthday on Christmas. But then again, we didn't celebrate Christmas growing up, so it didn't make that much of a difference in our home. But then again, I have a brother with a birthday in every month, so it's not too surprising that one landed on Christmas.
Yeah, Ohio and Michigan are rivals. Yes, and the family that are across the border from each other are a little bit rivals too, which is funny. I have family in Michigan and Ohio.
Maryland.
Oh, Toronto. Not Toronto.
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 Yes.
Snowed in at the moment. Oh my gosh, that's Sam's dream.
Yep.
Alberta, Canada. Christine's writing a book. Ooh. Okay. We've got to maybe Christine, we should try reaching out to Christine.
Actually, I think I did hear that she was writing a book.
Yeah.
It's not available though, right?
I don't think it's done yet.
Okay.
I think I saw something on her social media about it.
Okay.
Maryland. Which one's our favorite of the wives on Big Love so far?
Ooh.
I always have a soft spot for the first wife.
Yeah. We're only in episode, what, 4? Or
5? 4 or 5.
So we haven't seen a whole lot yet, but the first wife, I feel like that's the one we've kind of connected with more. And to see that their love has kind of rekindled in some of these
in the first couple episodes.
Although
my heart goes out to I don't know, it goes out to all the wives for different reasons, right? But I'd say as of right now, 5 episodes in, I'd have to be rooting for the first wife. But
they all have their things. I'll tell you what though, the second wife, Nikki, she deserves, whichever actress, I don't know her real name, but she deserves an Oscar for her looks. The looks she can give. Wow.
Any word on if Warren's in Gen Pop yet? He is not in Gen Pop yet.
Not yet.
So we will wait and see.
There's not a whole lot of new information coming out yet. All I do know is that he is trying to predict these big events and things that are happening soon. Once again, to bring people closer and to convince them that he is still a prophet. And so he's supposedly prophesying and coming up with these things. And I have heard recently that some of the community members are, even if they had their doubts, are starting to believe in Warren Jeffs even stronger as of late.
Because of the stuff he's coming up with.
He's always thinking of something else he can say or do that will, or have his minions do to get people believing stronger.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Yeah, it would be awesome if we could get Christine or Janelle. I think it would be fun to get Christine or Janelle on especially Christine, to get her on and not talk so much about sister wives, but find out what it was like for her growing up in polygamy, like our other interviews.
Talk about
that
because
we don't talk a lot. I mean, we know some people say, oh, she's this royalty, this or that, but I'm so curious, like her experience growing up in it, leading into being on Sister Wives, because we already know what happens on there, but I'm curious about her backstory a little bit more. So maybe the book will cover that, and maybe we could talk to her then. Yeah,
maybe that will be a good time to reach out when she releases that book. Yeah.
Oh, you said Toronto, right? Oh, but they don't care too much. That's good. Nikki's wild. Yes. Margine seems like Margine, we just found out she was the babysitter or whatever. Oh my gosh. I was like, I feel so bad for her.
Some of the scenes where it just shows the chaos that's going on in the home with all the kids and the different errands that need to be run and things like that, and everything going on at once, which is fairly accurate. There can be a lot going on in a home that has so many pieces involved. But I feel anxious when I see those scenes. It's just, it's like, oh my gosh, there's too much going on here. So in one of those where Margine had to ride with the security guy that came out to turn off the security and all, or the alarm system, those kinds of scenes. Oh man, that's just too much.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with comments. If I don't keep up, I apologize. I'm trying to get to all of them. So Christine's book comes out in September about her upbringing. So that'll be good. Have you been able to find Escaping Utopia about Gloria Vale? I know we had done one about Gloria Vale. Let me write that down.
That sounds familiar, but that's not the one we reacted to, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Well, thank you for the suggestion. We'll look that up.
Utopia. Yeah, we will look that up for sure. Chloe, I loved her in The Brown Bunny. Okay, so same actress.
Oh, okay.
On our video about the other day about the Mountain Meadow Massacre, John D. Lee is where Lee's Free was named after, and Warren M. Johnson was sent to Lee's Ferry after the massacre. Oh, so interesting. Thank you so
Mm.
much. Oh, thank you, Ada Marie.
Oh, thanks
Thank
for
you so
being on here.
much. Big Love's a lot easier to watch than America Primeval, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, yeah. America Primeval, that was intense.
That was a lot.
I was like this. I'm like, tell me when this scene's over. Tell me when this scene's over.
However, in the first few episodes of Big Love, I also wonder what am I watching sometimes. It gets a little much sometimes.
Yeah, it gets a little. It's like we get the idea.
but it is a way to really help you understand where they're coming from.
We understand exactly. Sam, would you be okay if your child grew and joined the Polygamous Society from Colorado?
Harlem Springs, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio, yeah. Would we be okay if our kids grew up and joined a polygamous
Oh, that's where you're
group?
from. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you were saying there was a polygamous group in Ohio somewhere. Yes. No, I would highly suggest that they did not. For me, I want, obviously, like most parents or all parents, I would want what's best for my kids, but I
Yeah.
would really try to help them understand all of the aspects to it. If they really, oh man, I'll just keep it simple and say I would steer them away from it if possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Just based on my experience and what I've seen.
I think they know enough. Like, honestly, even at their young age, they ask about stuff frequently and ask why they can't see their grandmother or, stuff about the group. And we're always very honest with them about it. And so just the fact that their polygamous family has to be separated from us and the fact that they can't see them is like, there's things that are very apparent that I think are going to steer our kids away from wanting that lifestyle because they see the harm that it does in the separation of families. So
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think it's going to be that hard to keep them away from it. But yeah, let's see. Nikki and Margie were go shopping.
Yeah.
They were happy. Yeah. We're talking a little bit. I mean, we're kind of going back and forth, trying to answer some questions. Also talking a little bit about Big Love. And let's see. I don't know if this one. Do your kids know what y'all do for a living? Like, do they understand? That's a great question, Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our kids know that we do the YouTube channel. They know what it's about. They've met a lot of people. We've had people like, they're not here for like the interviews or anything like that, but we've had dinners and stuff with family that's from the community, or like the Black family is technically Sam's cousin. So we had dinner with them and our kids, and they met them.
So I would say they understand that we create content surrounding my upbringing and your upbringing. So they understand that. I don't know that they understand all the details, but they know what we do in general.
And they know what polygamy is. Like they understand that Sam had 4 moms. Like they get that. I mean, it's not just like anything else with kids. Like your kid's life is their normal, right? Like if kids grow up with step parents and they have biological mom and a stepmom, and then they have like a grandma, or like I grew up with 3 grandmas. Like I feel like you just grow up being used to whatever your situation is, and that's how it is with our kids.
Right.
Like to them, it's not weird that Sam had 4 moms, so.
I mean, it doesn't I don't think it makes sense to them really in their young age.
Yeah.
Exactly what that entails, but they have heard me talk about it.
Yep. And they also know that like one is his biological mother. So yeah, they kind of yes and no according to their ages. They get it. They also don't care that much. Like they're like, oh, you guys do YouTube, and they think that's cool. But
our oldest daughter, our only daughter, but our oldest child, she has had questions recently about why she can't meet her grandmother, my mom, my mother. And so she's getting to the age where now she's starting to have more questions about that, but she still hasn't met her.
Yeah, spicy scenes in Big Love are a lot. Yes, I agree. I feel like they're a little unnecessary. Personally, I'm like, okay, we get it, but it seems like that's like a major part of the plot right now, and I'm hoping that settles down. Have either of you read Sherry Frankie's book? No, I haven't, but I did watch some of her interview about Ruby Frankie's daughter.
Yes, we watched a clip or 2 of her interview, but I haven't read the book. No.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. So sweet. Let's see. Watched it all, like I said. We have not watched all of Big Love. We're trying to like film videos as we're going through and not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, that's tricky because we want to see what happens next, and so we're having to hold ourselves back until we film the next video so that we don't get the episodes all mixed together and confused.
Yeah, someone says, "Not sure you can watch Escaping Utopia in the US." Oh,
Oh,
so maybe we need, like, a VPN,
now,
or
now I now I have to look that
I'm
up.
curious if it's on someone's put it on YouTube from another country, because
I
sometimes
will
we
look that
can
up.
that way.
Escaping Utopia.
Yeah,
I keep thinking Zootopia.
I know, we do love that movie. We watch a lot of kids' movies. Happy birthday from very cold North Dakota.
Oh
Monday through Friday
man.
will not be above 0. Oh my word.
I
That
have
is
a
so cold.
brother that lives there actually, and yes, I call him sometimes and he tells me the temperature. It just, I mean, summers are
It's wild.
fantastic, but it gets cold.
Oh, love for Mexico. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Thanks for talking about American Primeval. What do we think about the FLDS members would think about it? Brigham Young was like a crazy mafia boss in it. Yeah, I don't think FLDS or mainstream LDS would really appreciate the way that Brigham Young was portrayed in American Primeval. I think it's hard to really pinpoint. Like, they did make him look like a crazy mafia boss and look like he was a lot more on the offensive
Yep.
than what, at least like in the mainstream LDS growing up, like I knew that he was very defensive, in the sense that in the 1800s, like I knew that they had a militia, they were willing to fight all this, but I kind of had grown up believing that it was a lot of like just defending the saints, defensive. And in this show, it was very like offensive, whatever it takes. But I
Mhm.
learned things in there that I like went and fact checked, and I didn't know that he like burned down that fort or things like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. It's interesting. And that's the interesting thing about history, is like we'll never know which version it really was, right? Like
Well,
you can read some of the
yeah.
stuff, but you never really know how mafia boss or how defensive it was. I don't know.
Well, and there's just a lot that, and people, even members of the church, will say there's no evidence that that happened. Like, and that's just kind of where we are at, is there's just not enough evidence whether or not he was okay with them attacking or not attacking. Did he tell them not to? Did he tell them to do what it takes? There's just not enough information to know exactly what his intentions were. But of course, in the FLDS church, they look at Brigham Young as this really, really good person that was just doing what God wanted him to do. So they would definitely take offense to the idea that Brigham Young was a maniac that was just trying to hurt people or kill people,
Yeah, definitely not.
or trying to take over. But in a way, he was trying to protect what he felt was his own Utah, right? And make
Mm-hmm.
sure that other people couldn't come in and disturb them because of the persecution and things from their past. So
Yeah.
it's tricky, but yes, it would be definitely offensive for anyone that believes in Warren, or not Warren, but that believes in Brigham Young as a prophet.
Yeah. Do we still have to work outside the podcast, or do we do it full time now? We do other side things with it. So we do like we have like mostly all side gigs,
A lot
basically.
of different
A lot of
things,
different
yes.
things. I do bookkeeping, I do options in the stock market. Like I do some financial stuff on the side for some companies. And then we do YouTube, probably takes the most time for us, like YouTube and
YouTube
podcasting
podcast does take
for
a lot.
sure.
When we have some other side things that we're starting up as well. So
Yep.
we'll see
Lots of
how it goes. You know,
We'd love to do it full
we'd love to do
time.
it full time, but also you have to you have to provide for your family. So
Yeah.
this does not pay us enough.
Sam has best voice. You should do radio or
Oh,
TV.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all for
you.
the birthday wishes. Oh, you're so sweet. Are you going to react to the rest of Beast Games? Did anyone else cry during the finale? Oh,
Oh
so
man.
we would love to do more reactions to Beast Games, but unfortunately, just not a lot of people were watching them or seeming that interested in them.
Yeah, not a lot of, I mean,
So,
I wanted to at least share my experience up until I was eliminated, which we have done. And at that point, I just don't think that I have too much to share that you can't see on the actual show, or like the behind the scenes stuff. I just don't have a lot of insight after I was eliminated. And like Melissa said, there were a few people that were very interested, but not that many. So we didn't feel the need to continue on.
yeah, but the end, yeah, I got teary-eyed in the finale when he was talking about what he would do with the money, especially like for his son and stuff. I'm a very contagious crier. That's the word I like to use for it. So if
Yeah.
I see people, especially like parents or something to do with children, it'll get me every time. So I was definitely crying in the finale when he won and
Yeah.
was talking
It
about
was
it.
interesting how they almost made him look like, well, tell me what you guys think. Did you feel that the show made him look like this. I don't know. They gave like this evil look in the end that almost made him look like a bad guy, right?
Oh, when he's like, yeah, when he's trying to read her.
When he was trying to intimidate her in the very end. I was shocked though with how quickly he guessed the briefcase.
Yeah,
That
that was
was
crazy. Well,
wild.
even Jimmy was saying that, like,
Wild.
normally it takes, like, what? Like, he's like, "We've tested this out multiple times, and
Yep.
it took so many rounds, so for it to be first round and he got it was wild."
Yeah,
But they
yeah, and
oh,
that's something that all of the games on Beast Games were tested by people before they ever did it with us contestants.
oh,
So they were all tested over and over again to make sure that it was going to work.
crazy. Thank you so much, all, for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it so
Yeah, how does it feel to
much.
be 25?
Oh, 25 feels good. 25 feels good.
25 forever,
My
right?
daughter asked me, she's like, "Mommy, do you wish you were turning 18 still?" And I was like, "No, because I didn't meet daddy yet." And I said, "But the problem is if I went to 23 when I met daddy, then I still want to have my babies." And I'm like, "So aging is kind of a cool thing though, because life is so good right now where it is that I don't really want to go back."
It's funny that aging is brought up because we just watched Tuck Everlasting,
I love that
and
movie so
it's
much.
it's just so interesting, the whole premise behind it, that life is beautiful, and it's there's a reason that we all come and grow up and experience life and move on in the
Yeah.
end.
Do you know how Utah and Idaho compare in Mormon political control? It's getting more and more separate, but it's always been pretty closely tied, the political
Mm,
control, because most of your
very
politicians
similar.
in Utah are LDS. So it crosses over a lot, but I think it's getting less and less that way. Remember to
Yeah.
like the video. Oh, thank you. What's the podcast? Podcast is also Growing Up in Polygamy. So
Yes.
everywhere you can find a podcast as well.
Yep. All and on the podcast you can watch video form as well. So if you it's up to you, I guess. Our main thing is YouTube, but we also have podcast available for anyone that prefers that.
Yeah. People are asking if you could celebrate holidays or birthdays in the FLDS.
Yeah, holidays. That's a great question. When I was younger, we did celebrate some holidays. We only celebrated the 4th of July and
Pioneer Day,
Pioneer Day, and then we celebrated a Harvest Festival.
like
So
Thanksgiving.
yeah, but it wasn't on Thanksgiving. It was generally around October. So that was, I guess, yeah, Thanksgiving's in November. Yes. So it was before the date of Thanksgiving. And then we did celebrate Thanksgiving as well when I was younger.
Mhm.
But when Warren Jeffs took over, all of that came to a screeching halt because he didn't want us to have fun, as he would say. It was all about work and building up the kingdom of God and things like that. So all of that came to an end. As far as birthdays go, we celebrated my father's birthday. We would go on like a big picnic up in the mountains and celebrate his birthday. And then as far as everyone else's birthday, we did like a cake. My mother would always make a cake for me. And we did like, we sang happy birthday to, but it wasn't like a big party. It was more just we recognize it's your birthday. We love you. Here's a birthday cake. And we all sing happy birthday. So that's basically the gist of it. And then, of course, as far as birthdays go, that also became less celebrated as time went on. But I believe they still do celebrate everyone's birthdays out there.
Yeah. How did the FLDS or LDS view religious art like the Sistine Chapel? So I grew up always appreciating that. I've Yeah, so, like, I've been to the Vatican when I was LDS, and my parents took us all there and stuff, and, like, a lot of appreciation and for beauty and for art. I don't know, how did
Hmm.
the FLDS view it? Especially when it comes to, like, Catholic art.
Oh, they didn't talk much about it. I know
Mm,
that the older people that grew up in the FLDS before things got as strict as they got later on, I think they had a bigger appreciation for things like that because they were taught more about them,
mm,
and then it became less talked about. What we did appreciate and visit were like national parks. We would go visit nature and beauty in nature, things like that. We would often go on picnics or hikes and things, but as far as traveling to see monuments or buildings or structures like that, not so much. We did see things here and there, but we never traveled out of the country either.
yeah.
So,
Someone said they'd like to see you interview someone you met on Beast Games, and did you
oh,
know the winner? Yes, you did know the winner.
I did meet him a few times. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't say I was in his close group, but I knew him I'd met him a few times. He seemed like a great guy in person, and his friends that he had close to him, I had also met. But it was just, there were so many people to start off with that it was, a lot of, hey, nice to meet you. What's up? Your number? Okay, I'm going to forget that in 3 seconds, and then move on. But yes, I do remember meeting him a few times.
Do we think Las Vegas is a good place to live? Oh,
Oops, did I go too far?
yep. Hang on. Do we think Las Vegas is a good place to live? There is good and bad that comes with Las Vegas. It is much more family friendly than what we thought when we first moved here. There's a lot of stuff for family, a lot of stuff for
And
kids.
it's becoming more like that. They're building a lot
Yeah.
more for families.
Yep. And we live very, very far on the outskirts. Like we're never down towards the strip or downtown really, unless it's like for a date night.
Date night, or going for something specific for a show, or because there are things down in downtown area that are for the kids as well, but it's very rare that we ever go down there.
Yeah. So very much suburban life out here on the edges. I mean, it's a big city. So with any big city, you have higher crime and there's
Yeah.
other stuff that we're not a huge fan of. Sam absolutely hates the summer. So he would say that that's makes it not a good place to live, and it's
Yeah.
not very green.
Yeah.
So it has different kinds of beauty. Like if you like desert beauty and you like desert mountains and stuff, then that can be pretty as well. We've lived around it our whole lives, so it's kind of lost its luster for us. I'd say
We're
every
just
time we
used to it.
go to like the Midwest and we see all the green, we're like, oh, this is the most
Yeah.
amazing thing ever. But overall, it's Las Vegas has been really good to us and good to our family. And
Yeah. I have this obsession over weather for some reason. And so I love rain, I love snow, I love things like that. And so we just don't get a lot of that here. So and then the summers are really hot. So that's the main things that we don't like.
Someone had the idea of putting a world map behind us, like a real one, and then putting a pin for each country or state that we reach. That'd be super cool. I like that idea. Do you want to see more of Canada after being in Toronto?
100%. Yes. I've always wanted to see more of Canada.
And we've been into Eastern Canada a little bit on a cruise. We went up like Bay of Fundy and
one more
island. I can't remember the name of the island. An island up there.
No, something.
But
yeah, something
and
Scotia, something.
Nova Scotia? Nova Scotia, yeah.
Is that it? Yes.
I think so. And thank you all for all the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much about us being open-minded. We appreciate that so much. That means so much to us.
Yes. We try to always be open-minded. So thank you for that.
Yes. Whether or not you're still doing the cruise. We are not doing the cruise. Unfortunately, there just wasn't enough interest. I think we tried to rush it and like the signing up for it had to be too fast. So we decided not to, but maybe someday in the future, and we'll give more time for signing up and preparing for it.
We love the idea of it, but it didn't work out that time. So stay tuned. We'll hope to do it again.
Yes. Is our extended family my extended family accepting of the fact that you're not bringing up your children in the LDS church? So it depends on the extended family. Some people are much more okay with it. Other people have come around to it. I think mostly it's been one of those like seeing us actually being parents and recognizing that we're not like the belief system's different, but that we can still be good parents without that belief system has helped soften that blow a little bit for a lot of people. So I think it's just proving to them that we can be good parents without the LDS church has opened up people's hearts to it a little bit more. I know that it's still sad for people.
It is.
Especially when it comes to believing in specific ordinances or like our daughter didn't get baptized at 8. Things like that are like not just religious, but like very traditional in families where sometimes even some of those things might be more tradition than spiritual. But so those type of things have been a little bit hard, but my family at this point, all of my family is pretty good. I don't have a lot of extended family. Like Sam has so much family all over the place. I have like a total of 10 cousins, and I've only seen a handful of them in the last 20 years because they live on the other side of the country. So it's one of those, and none of them are LDS. So I have like one LDS aunt, one LDS cousin, and that's the only family that I have that's LDS. So there's not a lot of like rift between me and like my extended family. It's just my like immediate siblings and my mom. And we have a good relationship and have worked through it. I think they're okay.
Yeah, it's tough though for those that are strong in the church. And
Sam's side is way harder. He has tons of LDS family.
Yeah, and it's sad because of course you don't want to hurt your family or cause them pain or grief, but you also have to do what you feel is right for you and your family. And for those that believe strongly in the church, they don't understand that. They just feel that the decision was a bad decision, and they don't understand why I would choose a different lifestyle for me and my family. So it's tricky. It's very difficult to try to help them understand, and also at the same time really trying to respect their beliefs and their wishes as well, because I also understand, because I was once a part of that. So I do understand where they're coming from.
You want to come say hi? Oh, our
Oh,
little boy's been sick all week, and he's like, I don't know what to
it's
do.
been a rough week for that
Oh,
one. And then
yeah,
last week it was his sister. So
I know.
it's been a
The
year
flu has
of
been
the
wild
flu.
here. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. Everybody that's fresh on it, thank you guys so much. Oh, Prince Edward Island, that's what it was.
Oh,
Of
okay.
Canada. Okay,
Yes.
we would like to move somewhere else. We feel like raising teenagers in Las Vegas, like we've seen a lot of people do it successfully, so it's not that it can't happen,
Yes.
but I think we'd like them to be somewhere a little bit smaller, like a smaller hometown
Yeah.
for
And somewhere
their teenage
with
years.
maybe better high school options and things like
Yeah,
that.
here you have to
So
be in a charter school. The public school system
you don't
is
have to
rough.
be, but we think you have to be.
No, I
just
think
based
almost
on the
anybody that lives
statistics.
here will tell you that the public school
Yeah.
system is rough. Public high schools here can be rough. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we would like to. We want to move somewhere green. That would be ideal. It's green.
Green is nice.
Yeah,
We
but
we understand the desert beauty, and we do enjoy that at times, but also I don't know. I've always kind of lived in a desertous area, and I'm ready for a change.
can't wait for 100,000. Thank you.
Oh, thank
Neither can
you.
we. We're excited. It's
It's
getting
getting
closer.
close. Yeah.
Come to Oregon. Oh, I've heard Oregon's beautiful. We've never been to Oregon. We've been to Washington State, but not.
Yeah. I hear Oregon is very beautiful. I don't know about good places to raise a family, and I haven't done a lot of research.
Yeah. Does Mormon salad taste as gross as it looks? If you're talking about the green Jello salad, the ones with
Mormon salad.
carrot in it is not my favorite, but the green Jello salad with the marshmallows is delicious. It's super
Is that
good.
a Mormon thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So most of the Mormon
Interesting.
salads are absolutely delicious. If they have carrots, those ones aren't my favorite, but all the other ones that are green, they're all super good. Love them. May I ask what happens to someone who gets excommunicated while on a mission due to their behavior? Would they totally be on their own? Oh, they get sent back. So they go home if they're going to be
It's
if they're going to
different.
go through a disciplinary process.
Yes, it's very different for the mainstream LDS church. If someone's excommunicated from the FLDS church, that's where they are kicked out and disowned and things like that. But for the mainstream, they would be sent back to their family and dealt with it on that level. Generally speaking, in most cases, they would try to go through a repentance process.
Yeah, to be
And
excommunicated from your mission would be huge.
that would be a big deal.
People get sent home all the time, get sent home and then they go through disciplinary council there. To do something bad enough to be excommunicated, that would be pretty
Most people
intense, I
try
think.
very, very hard not to get sent
I think
home,
he's
if
crying.
at
I'm gonna go
all.
check on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep him.
Yep. Most people try very hard not to get sent home from their missions, because it's just not a good, I don't know the right word to use, but I guess you could say they are judged in some way or another, or at least they feel they will be. And so, and some families, it's more intense than others. But yeah, I remember thinking, I never got close to being sent home when I was on my mission, but I remember thinking how embarrassing that would be if something were to happen and you had to be sent home. Just the return of shame, I guess. It would be very difficult to have to go home before your time was up. And I think all missionaries would feel very similar to that. So, but it does happen sometimes, unfortunately. But I haven't ever heard of one instance where someone was excommunicated because of something on their mission, but I'm sure it has happened. Moved to North Carolina. Yes, I have heard a lot. We have heard a lot about North Carolina. We do know that it's a great place to raise a family there too, but honestly, we've never been. We've never been there, but we have talked about it and do want to visit. So that would be a fun. We're trying to expand our our horizons and visit new places. So that'll be on our list for sure. You're close to. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. Melissa is here and she will be reading these. She just had to step out for just a second to take care of the little boy. So she'll be right back. Canada's amazing. Yes, living through 4 distinct seasons. That's something that I wish we had more of here in Las Vegas, is more seasons. I feel like it's we go through just a hot summer and then a mild winter, which is great. The mild winter is great as far as just having good weather and lots of time outside, but we don't really have a lot of falling leaves and things like that that you see. We just visited Chicago and Naperville area, and the amount of trees and falling leaves is just so beautiful. So we do want to. We love visiting places with the 4 seasons.
Yes. Sorry. Our little boy
You're
needed me
back.
for just a second.
Is he okay?
He's okay. Yeah. Happy birthday from St. George. Oh, hi,
Oh,
Lisa.
from St. George. Hey.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much.
I love that you have.
Such
Is
a
that
small
a pickle?
tennis.
Is that tennis? Okay. I was like,
Tennis.
for St. George, pickleball would be fitting
Go
too.
tell my daughter tennis.
But
Aw,
yes, tennis. That's perfect.
thank you so much.
Come to Australia. Now that would be a move. That would be quite the move.
Yeah.
You just jump across the world.
Yeah. There we go. Why not?
Let's do it.
Pennsylvania's gorgeous and green. Yes, it is. North Carolina. Did you
Yeah,
already talk to
I
them about this?
did. And
Okay.
yes, a lot of people say North Carolina.
Consider homeschooling. My friend has secretary. Yes, we have considered homeschooling. So we have our kids right now are in a super awesome charter school. And I'm on the PTO board. We're in the school all the time, have a really good relationship with admin and everything. So there are definitely still good schools here in Las Vegas. Don't let us scare you away completely. But homeschooling's always been on the table, as far as if there's ever a time where I felt like the school wasn't doing what they needed for our kids to be able to be successful, we would take them out and homeschool.
It's always a backup option, and
Yeah.
they're getting a great education right now, and that is what is most important. And yes, the moment we felt that it was not that case, we would look at other options.
Yeah. Here in Arkansas, you can have all 4 seasons in a week. I've heard Arkansas is beautiful. I drove through once when I was really young, but I just remember it being gorgeous.
Yes.
Montana, Wyoming. Yeah, Montana and Wyoming would be too cold for me. So here's the thing. Sam wants snow, but I can't be in snow like all the time either. Like I could do like 3 months of winter, 4 months of winter. I can't do like 6 months of winter.
Yeah, it is beautiful during the summer up there, though, I hear.
Sam, I thought you were going to say extend our family. Oh, no more extending our family. We're good.
Yeah, we have our perfect little family. At least we think.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Only a 25-hour flight to Australia, babe.
Oh, okay. That's doable.
And thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. You guys are so sweet.
Winnipeg.
Massachusetts, bracing for a snowstorm. I was hearing about that snowstorm on the news last night.
Yeah.
It's wild up there right now. Oh, 4 seasons in a week in Kentucky too. Oh, yeah. So many beautiful places. It's hard because we have so much family in Utah, and Utah is awesome, but we don't want to live in Utah again. We're like ready to go somewhere else, but then everywhere else is far away from all of our family in Utah. So Vegas has worked really well for us because we're close enough to Utah, but we're far enough away. And yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
It is tricky. I mean, because once to drive from Vegas all the way up to northern Utah, where a lot of family are, that is a long drive. So even if we didn't move elsewhere in the country, we could fly just as quick as that drive would be. But yeah, well, it's just hard to be too far away.
Thank you all for the birthday wishes from Ireland. There we go. How about we move to Ireland?
Let's do it. I've always wanted to visit Ireland. My brother just visited Ireland and said it was his favorite place in the world. So they want to go back, and it really makes me want to visit.
Let's see. A friend who lives in North Carolina.
I have yet to
hear. Soul place. Describes Michigan as her soul place.
Oh, Michigan. Okay.
I will say, did you tell them? I thought I heard you saying something about Chicago.
That we visited. And
okay. Chicago's probably been the only place that we visited so far that when we drove into some of the towns, we were like, this feels like it could be home. Like Las Vegas is where we live, but it doesn't give you like that warm, homey feeling. And that was surprising to me when we went and visited some of the suburbs in Chicago. And I was like, this feels like home.
It is very interesting, though, because we go to a place like Chicago and it's so beautiful, but there's no mountains. So just we're so used to seeing mountains around us,
Yeah.
but all the green and big trees kind of make up for that in my mind. So
Yeah.
it just depends. I guess you have to. There's perks to everywhere, I guess. Well, most everywhere.
Yeah. How's our daughter is feeling better. Thank you for wishing our son feeling better soon. We got
Yes.
hit like all of January. We were one or both or all of us, like we were just sick one after the other after the other. And then we finally got it all cleared up. And then our daughter was sick last week and now our son this week. And it's just going around like on repeat is what it feels like.
Oh, someone saying hello from suburbs of Chicago. Yeah, we
Oh,
were just there not too long ago.
yes,
I
in
hear you're getting snow
October.
too.
Chicago's a great, but driving around there's a nightmare.
Yeah,
Thank you all
that
for
is
the
true.
birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Do you have plans to have more XFLDS or even XLDS on for interviews? We have an interview next week, actually,
With an XFLDS.
with XFLDS. Are we allowed to
So
say who yet?
stay tuned. I don't know.
Say?
Do we dare? Do we want to give it away? The big secret? No.
No, we do have an interview next week. It'll probably come out next Saturday at the latest, the Saturday after. So it'll be in February with someone from the
Yeah.
FLDS.
I would say
So
that
it's gonna be good.
we're not going to name names only in case for some reason it doesn't happen.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen.
We don't want to.
or
We
things
don't want to get
changed.
hopes up or scare anyone away. So
Yeah. Tennessee or Colorado. Love Chicago. Very livable. Yes, very flat and cold. Yes. Okay, so Chicago's cold, but give me everyone's opinions on this because I lived in northern Utah for 3 years, and every time we've been looking at the weather, it is not any colder in Chicago than what it is in northern Utah. And I call northern Utah the frigid north. It is so cold, guys. It is so cold, and there
Gets
is so
cold up
much
there.
snow. Like when I first moved up there, I didn't realize that snowy season could start in September and end in April. And I guess that's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why I don't really want to move to northern Utah. It's like I don't want 6 months of winter ever again after living there for a while. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, September, October, November, December, March, April. Sorry, 8 months. I don't need 8 months of there possibly being snow. I can hunker down for 3 and have it be really cold. I could even do 4, but like I don't want to do 8 months of snow again like it was in northern Utah. But
Yeah. Oh wow. Someone left the FLDS church, moved to England with my new husband. Wow. And thank you so much
oh,
for
thank you
being
so
here.
much,
And
Miriam.
wow. That is interesting. From FLDS to England,
England.
UK.
What was that? I'm so curious what your culture shock of not just leaving that community, but then also leaving the country. I'm sure you have some good stories there. Grand Junction, Colorado is where my best friend from college lives. Skiing. Yeah, she loves it there. And it definitely has that like more small town feel.
Yeah.
It always
feels
reminds
similar
me
to
of St.
Yeah,
George.
St. George. Yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of St. George, Utah a lot.
Okay, the wind in Chicago that makes it feel colder, plus being on the lake. I have heard that as well.
A
And
lot
when
of
we were
people
there,
say
it
the
wasn't
wind.
super windy, so we like lucked out. We were there the weekend before Halloween, and it was just like gorgeous fall weather, like chilly but not frigid. There wasn't a lot of wind, so Chicago might also have just been being nice to us the last couple times we've been.
We went where it was slightly cool for fall, but it was a sunny day, right? So we got lucky. And same with when we went to Seattle. It was a nice sunny
It was
day, so we
gorgeous.
thought, wow, this is amazing. Let's
Yeah,
move
like
here.
there's like barely any clouds.
Yeah.
What about Caroline Jessup? We need to have her on.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
write it
good
down.
one. I think we do.
I have a little
We've
notepad
had that
here.
suggestion before, so that's
Do
a
you have
good
her
one.
info already to reach out to her?
I don't think so, but I'm sure we could find her information. So
Okay.
we'll do that.
Can you scroll down a little bit? Well, better than 8 months of summer.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I don't know that she agrees with that. It's
Yeah.
interesting how we have to compromise because I prefer cold and she prefers warm.
The difference too is I consider summer when it gets above 110 is like when summer hits, and he thinks summer is like if it hits over 90, and I'm like, no, over 90 is spring. I'm just kidding. When it's over 100, it's summertime. So over 100 I consider summer, but 90s I don't consider summer. So then Las Vegas doesn't have as many months.
Yeah, it is
the technicalities.
So hot. It is so hot here. And every time I look and see that Phoenix, Arizona is hotter, I am just so confused why anyone would live there. And yet there's millions of people. So I guess you're not the only one that likes the heat.
Yes. Thank you all for the birthday wishes again. Ada Marie, try the Dakotas with the kids of different houses. Oh my gosh, negative degree weather. I can't. I would be inside the house. I would be like, Sam would be in charge of
Hey, we would
everything. If
just
we were leaving the house, it would be all him.
I
Bring me
would
back my food
I would enjoy the
supply.
snow. I'd go out there, I'd go hunting at the grocery
Uh,
store for the food and bring it back.
uh,
It would be fun to see snow once in a while because here in Vegas it's almost never. And if we do get a little bit, it's melted within minutes.
Thank you.
Seems like.
Someone said we could handle a Chicago winter, no problem.
Oh, there we go. We
Appreciate
just got to
that.
have a nice big enough house that you can hunker down in and feel
See,
comfortable,
and
right?
here's someone saying the snow season is like December to early March. Oh, yeah, Chicago's fall is the best. It doesn't get bad until December, which makes sense because the end of December is when winter is supposed to start
Right.
through March. Like those are the sometimes like being here, we kind of get mixed up of what seasons are what because the weather's so different. But I'm like, it's supposed to be fall in October, not freezing, not snowing.
Right. In northern Utah, is it
Yeah.
already freezing and snowing in
Well, think
October?
about when we went up for my family for Thanksgiving and it was 15 degrees and there was snow everywhere, like for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was
right?
glorious.
Yeah. See, just finished watching Escaping Polygamous Cult Inside the Dangerous World of the FLDS.
Oh,
Have we
interesting.
seen that one? I know there's a new one coming out on Hulu next week, I think, that we will definitely watch. It's
I
like
think we
How
did
I
see that
Escaped
one.
My Cult.
Yeah.
And I know they're doing at least one episode on the FLDS, but we'll probably do all the different ones because they're covering a lot of different cults. So
A lot of different groups.
North
yes.
Carolina's great.
Okay, I want to hear one negative thing about North Carolina. If there is
Haven't heard
if
one.
there's one negative thing, I need to hear it because
If not, we might be moving there.
if there's nothing negative, not one thing, then I think that's where we have to move.
Yep. Maybe it might just be
Or Ireland or Australia.
yes.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, it seems like a fair three, like North Carolina or Australia or Ireland. I like those.
Those are all close enough to family, right?
Do you get LDS missionaries knocking on your door? If yes, do you invite them in? Yes, they're here all the time because they know that we will give them food and water and snacks in between their appointments. So we let them in. They don't like, they know.
They
do I
don't
say
really
hi?
try.
They're not
Oh.
trying to like come do lessons with us or
Right.
anything, but they know that we'll always let them use our restroom and our like they come get drinks and snacks. And so there's been times where they just are like, can we just get a drink real quick? So we're always nice to the missionaries.
We don't. Yes,
They're adorable.
Once
They're just
again, I've
little
been in
kids.
their shoes, and I don't
Say
feel
hi.
any need to be rude to them or not welcome them in. You know, I mean, they're just out there doing what they believe is the right thing to do and trying to do their best. So,
Can you say hi?
we always
if you're
we
gonna
always
peek
invite
out,
them
you need
in.
to say hi. Let's see. It's just a few months. I'm describing New England. When we went on a New England cruise for Sam's birthday a couple of years ago. Because again, it's too hot here. So I was like, let's go. His birthday's in September. Let's go see some fall colors, have some fall weather. And we loved New England. And then we went up into Canada a little bit. It's so
Boston.
pretty. And
oh man,
the raininess.
I did not want to leave. We've been on a lot of cruises, generally to the south, and the New England cruise was by far my favorite.
Yeah.
It was I just love that kind of fall weather and the leaves changing colors and falling. It was just beautiful.
Here you go. Here's your negative. Okay. North Carolina, tornadoes.
Oh.
Hurricane season and very humid. It's very
In the
humid
summer.
if you're used to the dry heat. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
So it gets humid, but does it also get hot? Like humid and hot, like Florida? Or does it not get that hot?
It's supposed to snow next week in Raleigh, North Carolina, but then spring starts in March. See,
perfect. That's beautiful.
I think we should just move to North Carolina, just without even looking at anything. We should just drive. Would you guys follow us if we just what if we just started a different YouTube channel
and
we just had to be our adventure and we just packed up everything and we just moved to North Carolina and then just figured it out? We're a little spontaneous sometimes. That might actually, it could happen.
That might be a good move for us. I'd rather be in Paris. Okay. I've never been. Have you been to Paris?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I need to go with you though.
I
wasn't there with someone else. I was there with my family, my parents, but
I have heard so much good about
we need
Paris,
to get Sam to Europe in general, guys.
I've never been to Europe. Yeah.
I know. We need to go.
Yeah.
Get an interview with Janelle and ask her about North Carolina.
Oh,
right?
There we
See,
go.
Janelle just moved to North Carolina.
Ask her about her flower garden.
Yes. We should go visit the flower farm, right?
Yeah, I know. I said garden, but it would be a little bigger than a garden.
Oh my goodness. Thank you all for the birthday wishes, for everyone who's hopping on. Appreciate it. Closer to the coast, you get natural disasters more, hurricanes. If you're far in enough, you don't get that hardly. Okay.
Okay, and people are saying yes to the hot. So it does get hot and humid. Well, there you go. There's the negative.
There we go.
Because it is not humid here, ever, unless it's
See,
raining.
and the humidity is going to throw like a whole other thing in it. Because seriously, as much as we joke about the difference in summer, until it hits 100 degrees, like it can be 90 degrees in Las Vegas and feel good. And I know that sounds crazy,
In
but
the shade.
yeah, in the shade. But I mean,
Mhm.
like you feel warm, and I would say it's the equivalent of being like back east and it hitting 80. Like there really is a huge difference with there being no humidity.
Oh, yes.
But when we go, like we've been to Florida before and it wasn't that hot, but the humidity makes you feel yucky.
We were there in like July or something. It was really humid.
Yeah.
Really humid.
Oh, people said they'd follow. They'd follow
Okay.
us on our journey to North Carolina.
That would be fun.
Because you sweat, it doesn't evaporate like in the desert. Yes, the non-evaporating, the stickiness of humidity would definitely be the hardest part for me.
I will say one of the perks of the desert is the lack of spiders and bugs, because even those have a hard time living here.
Yeah,
So,
nothing. Yeah, we don't have a lot of bugs.
Some people deal with the scorpions, but we have yet, knock on wood, we have yet to see a scorpion anywhere
in
near
this
our
house. Yeah.
Yes. So,
oh, I think we'll follow you anywhere. We love you. Oh, thank you. We love you guys
thank
too. You're
you.
so sweet.
Thank you all so much for your support too. You all are so amazing. I feel like we're so blessed to have such an amazing community, so much positivity. So
We have
thank you
people all
all.
the time that are like, where'd you guys find your slice of the internet? Because
I
all of your people
know.
are so nice and we get like nice comments and supportive people and you guys are all nice to each other. And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like, sometimes I'm scared of broadening it too much. I'm like, well, should we just hit 100,000? Then we'll just like close the doors and be like, here's our people. No more.
No one else is welcome.
No one else is welcome because we love you guys and you're all so nice and respectful and stuff. And it's not like that on the rest of the internet.
Can you create videos that only your subscribers can see?
I don't know. That'd be interesting.
We just like cut it at 100 and say that's
Like,
it.
That's all we want. We're done. That's all we need.
You'll hit 100,000 soon. Thank you. Yes, we're getting so close. Thank you all so much for subscribing.
Yes. Scorpions in southern Utah in the hills. Yes. Okay. So I lived on a hill, grew up on a hill in St. George. And it was great that the hill was our backyard, except for we did have scorpions. And like my brother was stung a couple times. Like it's pretty common for people to get stung in southern Utah from scorpions.
Nobody's had to be hospitalized or anything yet. It just hurts for a little bit and then they move on, at least from the scorpion bites that I've seen. So thank goodness it hasn't been, because you hear about scorpions can be very dangerous, but we have yet to see that yet. More happy birthdays for you, Melissa.
Oh, thank you all so much.
And happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
You can do vids that only members can see. I knew we could do members
The
only.
members only, yes.
But I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious with you about the subscriber one.
I don't think there's that I've heard of. Maybe that needs to be YouTube's next thing.
Is it like a wasp sting? So I haven't been stung myself, but and I haven't been stung by a wasp either. So I might not be the best person to ask, but I do know that my brother got stung.
You're like, yes, exactly like a wasp.
Exactly, even though I have not experienced either. But it was weird because you get a lot of numbing. Like one side of his body like went numb and then like another time, like one time it was like one of his legs went numb. He had to go to the hospital. And then the other time, the same brother, I don't know.
He kept stepping on him.
He never wore shoes through the garage. Okay. So he got stung again. And it's like his fingers and his lips went numb. So I don't know if that is what it's like with wasps or if wasp stings just hurt. But with the scorpion venom, it like causes numbness and weird stuff. And you have to get to the hospital to make sure you don't have an allergic reaction.
Oh, did he go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Oh.
The first time, one of the times the numbing stuff, like they had to go to make sure that he wasn't going to have an allergic reaction.
Interesting. Yeah. The people I know that got stung, they were just like, ow. And then that hurt for a while and they couldn't really walk on that foot. But they said it felt like I haven't been stung by a scorpion. I have been stung by a wasp though. And that didn't feel great. But the people I know that got stung by a scorpion, they said it was like stepping on a needle. And then it just kind of got lucky. Red and itchy and hurt for a while.
And if you don't have a reaction, then that's good. How does it feel to be 28? It feels pretty great. It feels pretty great. I like you. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's
HC.
a big number, 28.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. It's a community we both deserve. You guys are so nice.
Thank you all.
Oh man. Middle of Michigan's Lower Peninsula. Shapes very affordable, gorgeous in the summer and fall.
That's what we need. We need a big property with big affordable house. Where were you? Oh,
where
in
was
Michigan?
I in Michigan? I don't know where Midland is. I was in Midland a couple weeks ago, but I don't remember on the map exactly. But
yeah, I don't know. All I know is you went to Ohio and Michigan, and that's as much as I know.
Unfortunately, it was for a funeral, so we did a little bit of looking around, but it was mostly go there, be there for family. But very loud and ugly. Oh, the cicadas. Ooh, Northern Virginia. That's way more intense than a wasp. Okay. I had a feeling, I thought that those scorpion stings were more than wasps. Thanks. I'll never visit Utah now. You really are good unless you are living literally against the hill where the wild animals are.
Yeah, most people don't see scorpions.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for the birthday wishes.
Oh, wow.
Saw Sam's sisters.
You saw two of my sisters. That's amazing.
Hope they're doing well.
If you happen to run into them again, say hello. I haven't seen them forever. That's nice to see their names up here. Thank you.
Wasp stings are just a mild thing. Okay. Yeah. We've talked to each other. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Nice creators make for a nice channel. Thank you guys so much.
If we missed any of the comments or questions, we're so sorry. We're trying to keep up here, but sometimes we might skip one. But
whoever takes that Warren and Jen Pop, I want to put money on their books. King of the commissary behind Luigi. Oh my gosh.
We don't know for sure. We have been told that it won't go well for him if he's released into Jan Pop.
Yes.
And based on the things that he is convicted for, that sounds very accurate. But yeah, I don't know what the plans are. It seems like he has been in this isolation for so long. I'm curious what the next step would be if they're ever going to release him. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes, stopping by to say hi. Thank you guys so much. Mid-Michigan. Okay. Yes. Midland is mid-Michigan. And then we went down to Toledo, Ohio, like right across the border. We didn't go to a cemetery in Ohio. We were in Midland for the funeral and then just went to visit some family in Toledo. But yeah, it was wintertime, but it was fun to get to be in some snow.
Yeah,
then I
walked
came home
out
to 70
onto
degrees.
Frozen lake.
Yeah. So
we don't see frozen lakes around here.
No, that was wild to me. And my brother and I walked out so far. It was crazy to see people out on snowmobiles out onto the lake.
I find it so funny that there were snowmobiles on this lake and yet your brother fell through the ice.
So my brother, and then when they're talking about my brother too, it was super fun. I have 4 siblings. I'm the oldest. And then there's 2 of us that were able to go out to this family funeral. And it was my brother right below me. And him and I never have chances to go on trips. It was us and our parents. We haven't been alone, the 4 of us, since the next child was born in 1995. So it's been a long time, a long time, 30 years. And it was so fun. But we kept, my brother was like, I want to go walk out on the lake. Look how far, all of these fishermen and stuff are going.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, do it. Go out to where it looked like it was going to be clouds or big snowbanks out there. I'm guessing it's where the waves were crashing as it was, as the ice was forming. I don't know.
On the pictures, it looked like it was just big piles of snow.
Piles of ice, yeah. And my mom was so terrified. She's like, you guys are going to fall through the ice. And we're like, there's snowmobiles out here. There's no way. So my brother and I are out there acting like we're kids and that we're not in our 30s. And so we go out there and we're stepping around. And all of a sudden, my brother steps 1 foot and went water all the way up to his waist. He got out quickly, easily. He's fine. But it was funny because then my mom got to say, I told you so for the rest of the trip. It was fun. We got to pretend like we were teenagers.
There were snowmobiles on the ice, and yet he fell through, because
mom told us not to, and we did it anyway.
20 pounds. It's just so funny. I mean, it's only funny because he's okay though. So let's be clear.
Michigan gets hot. It's humid. And don't get too close to Lake Michigan or you'll be shoveling all winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. LOL parents. I know, right? Mom's sitting there. Seriously, it was such a fun trip because it felt like we were teenagers and not responsible adults because we didn't have to be. Getting to take a trip with your parents when you're in your 30s and they still act like the parents and you're still the kid. Super fun.
Just take
super
a break.
fun. Yeah.
Take a break from being a parent.
It was
yourself.
Great. I was just the kid. I was like, here's my demands. I want McDonald's for breakfast. And they were like, okay. I'm like, this is amazing.
Give me the orange juice.
Yep. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, everyone, for the birthday wishes. Oh, you guys are so sweet. We appreciate you hopping on to say hi and to hear us talk about weather. Can I show them the gift I got you yesterday?
Of course.
Okay, so I got him a serious
Yes,
gift too.
It's right there.
But all this weather talk, you guys have to understand that, like, talking
Here, I'll grab
about
it.
like what we've been talking about the last hour about possibly moving, wanting to be somewhere green, Sam hating the heat. This is Sam and me on a daily basis. We talk about these things all the time. And yeah, so then for Valentine's Day, I got him a nicer gift too, but this one I saw and I had to get it for him. Show the camera.
This is so fitting and so funny.
Because he's obsessed with weather. It's so cute. It's like the cutest thing to have your husband be into.
I may or may not
the weather.
have like a lot of thermometers and things all over.
He has things measuring the temperature like in different parts of our yard to wonder if the shady tree is going to be, how much cooler is it than next to the house? And then the one inside, how good is that one at gauging the outside temperature versus the outside one?
Why, you ask? I don't know. I just love the weather.
But he
for
likes
some
to
reason.
tell me all about
the
weather.
I need to get into that field. Can you see it?
Yep, 100% chance. This is Sam, guys. If you want to know, here's your one super personal thing about Sam is he is obsessed with the weather. And if you ever meet him in real life, he would love to tell you what the forecast is. So
I will know. Just message me. I'll tell you all about what the weather is going to be.
Such a dad thing. I know, right? Isn't it adorable, though? I always tell him, I'm like, there's such worse things for husbands to be obsessed with than the weather. Yeah. I love that this is his thing. It's adorable.
Yeah. Along with it, she got me a book about the weather, too. So I'm enjoying reading that.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep. But anyway, you've seen that shirt before. Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that is perfect. He has to have it. Mythical weatherman. Yeah. Sam keeps saying he's like, well, like maybe he missed his calling in life. But I keep telling him, I'm like, we're young enough. He could switch his career and go from marketing to.
The only thing about being a meteorologist is that then there's a lot of math involved. And I can do math, but it's not like I wake up dreaming about math. Like you love math. You love numbers.
Yeah, I do.
I am okay with numbers, but I don't love math.
Oh, someone said liking the weather is a cricker thing, I think, because I'm obsessed with the weather as well.
Oh, that's funny.
See, you have the voice for a weatherman, though. I agree with that.
That's true. I could just tell people what they need to hear.
Live in the UK. They're always talking about the weather. I never know the weather. See, I would never know the weather if it wasn't for Sam telling me. It's so cute.
You're welcome. Now you always know.
I know. Now I never have to wonder.
I will 100% chance tell you.
Did we watch the new Twister movie? No, but we need to. Did you ever see the old Twister?
I saw the old one. I didn't know there was a new one.
Okay, we need to.
I am not caught up with pop culture. I apologize.
Oh, you could totally do it. ChatGPT for the math. Seriously, right?
That's a good point. ChatGPT could save me.
Desperately waiting for new FLDS. Yes, we have an interview this upcoming week. It should come out either Saturday or possibly a week from Saturday. A new interview with someone from the FLDS. That is a very interesting person. So it's a really good one.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited for that one. Hopefully we can get some more insight into what's going on and why.
Yeah. Can't really do math either. Yeah. Computers do all the math for you. Seriously, right?
That's a good point. They say that you need to know a lot of math to do this job, but now there's computers that do all the math. You just say, tell me this.
Wake up at 6 a.m., babe. Gonna be 67% humidity today. Crazy. Yes. No, that's really my life. Like I'll wake up or like last night we're like winding down for the night. We're about to watch a show. And he's like, can you believe that tomorrow now all of a sudden randomly there's a 20% chance that it's going to rain? But nobody said that the whole rest of today. And it just barely happened and popped up. Like it's constant.
I can't turn it off.
No.
It's just something that, and I don't know if it's because I live in a desert, so rain and things like that are so exciting, and so I'm always looking up for clouds. But I just love it for some reason.
Even with math, you're not caught up in the Drake Kendrick beef. Unfortunately, no. I am not caught up on that beef other than watching the halftime show for the Super Bowl, and then I got a little piece of it.
Yeah.
Even with the math degree, I'm not good at arithmetic. You can do it. See, you can do it, babe.
Maybe, I do hear a lot of people start their dream job in their 40s.
Yeah.
So I still have time. Maybe I need to go back and do that.
My breaking news and my husband's breaking news are very different. Yes. So true. My breaking news is always like, did you hear about like this thing at the school? Or I don't know. Like PTO drama, right?
And then I'll be like, yeah, but did you know that it was raining at the school today?
Oh, so good. Well, we should probably wrap it up. We do have our little boy still. I think he's still calling for us a little bit, not feeling the best, but
Yeah.
move to the south so Sam can jive with the tornadoes. Oh my gosh, being a tornado chaser or something.
That would be terrifying for you, huh?
I would hate that.
As long as there was a safe place that my family could go, right? Like, and I know that where tornadoes happen often, there are places where people have in their
He would
homes.
love to chase storms though. Like I could totally see you doing that.
I would, yes, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, someone else. See, 37-year-old mama twins getting dual masters. Good for you, Lauren.
Oh, good for
Yes. Never too
you.
late.
You go. That's amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much for the encouragement.
We'll let you know if I end up going back for something like this, because it is it's one of those things that I wake up in the morning and think about almost immediately. So
yes.
I should
Sam
probably
dreams of
look
being in
into
the
it.
eye of the storm. Exactly.
I am the eye of the storm.
You're
No.
so good. Well, thank you all so much for being on here. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Appreciate you all so much. And yeah, we're excited
thank
for
you
this
all.
interview next
Thank you.
week. So look forward to new stuff. Big Love is what we're going to be covering for like reviewing TV shows until Sister Wives comes back. We'll do Big Love. And then we have a great interview coming up for everyone. So
Yes, thank you all so much. Thanks for hanging out with us.
we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Oh goodness, right there.
You'll survive.
Thanks, guys. Bye.